As it is?
Yes, it is. Yes, please, absolutely, as it is. Thank you. How very kind. How very kind.
Cheers.
Your health.
Oh, please help yourself.
Terribly kind of you. In good health. What was it I was saying as we arrived at your door?
Ah, let me see.
Yes. I was talking about strength. Do you recall?
Strength, yes.
Yes. I was about to say, you see, that there are some people who appear to be strong, whose idea of what strength consists of is persuasive, but who inhabit the idea, not the fact. What they possess is not strength, but expertise. They have nurtured and maintained what is in fact a calculated posture. Half the time it works. It takes a man of intelligence and perception to stick a needle through that posture and discern the essential flabbiness of the stance. I am such a man.
You mean one of the latter?
One of the latter, yes. A man of intelligence and perception. Not one of the former. Oh no. Not at all. By no means. May I say how very kind it was of you to ask me in. In fact, you are kindness itself. Probably always are. Kindness itself, now and in England, and in Hampstead, and for all eternity. What a remarkably pleasant room. I feel at peace here. Safe from all danger. Oh, but please don't be alarmed. I shan't stay long. I never stay long with others. They do not wish it. And that for me is a happy state of affairs. My only security, you see, my true comfort and solace rests in the confirmation that I elicit from people of all kinds a common and constant level of indifference. It assures me that I am as I think myself to be, that I am fixed, concrete. To show interest in me, oh good gracious, anything tending towards a positive liking of me will cause in me a condition of the acutest alarm. Fortunately, the danger is remote. I speak to you with this startling candor because you are clearly a reticent man, which appeals. And because you are a stranger to me. And because you are clearly kindness itself. Do you often hang about Hampstead Heath?
No.
But on your excursions, however rare, on your rare excursions, you hardly expect to run into the likes of me, I take it.
Hardly.
I often hang about Hampstead Heath myself, expecting nothing. I'm too old for any kind of expectation. Don't you agree?
Yes.
A pitfall and a snare, if ever there was one. But of course, I observe a good deal on my peeps through twigs. A wit once entitled me a betwixt twig peeper. The most clumsy construction, I thought.
Infelicitous.
Like Christ, you're right.
What a wit.
You're most acutely right. All we have left is the English language. Can it be salvaged? That is my question.
You mean in what rests its salvation?
More or less.
But its salvation must rest in you.
It's uncommonly kind of you to say so. In you too, perhaps. Although I haven't sufficient evidence to go on as yet.
You mean because I've said so little?
You're a quiet one. It's a great relief. Can you imagine two of us gabbling away like me? It would be intolerable. By the way, with reference to peeping, I do feel it incumbent upon me to make one thing clear. I don't peep on sex. That's gone forever, you follow me? When my twigs happen to, shall I say, rest their peep on sexual conjugations, however periphrastic. I see only whites of eyes, so close they glut me, no distance possible. And when you can't keep the proper distance between yourself and others, when you can no longer maintain an objective relation to matter, the game's not worth the candle. So forget it, and remember that what is obligatory to keep in your vision is space. Space in moonlight, particularly, and lots of it.
You speak with a weight of experience behind you.
Beneath me. Experience is a paltry thing. Everyone has it and will tell his tale of it. I leave experience to psychological interpreters, the wet dream world. I myself can do any graph of experience you wish to suit your taste or mine. Child's play. The present will not be distorted. I am a poet. I am interested in where I am eternally present and active. I have gone too far, you think?
I'm expecting you to go very much far.
Really? It doesn't mean I interest you, I hope.
Not in the least.
Thank goodness for that. For a moment my heart sank. But nevertheless, you're right. Your instinct is sound. I could go further. There's more ways than one. I could advance, reserve my defenses, throw on a substitute, call up the cavalry, or throw everything forward out of the knowledge that when joy overfloweth, there can be no holding of joy. The point I'm trying to make, in case you've missed it, is that I am a free man.
A long time since we had a free man in this house.
We?
Ah,
Is there another?
another what?
People, person?
What other?
There are two mugs on that shelf.
The second is for you.
And the first?
Would you like to use it? Would you like some hot refreshment?
That would be dangerous. I'll stick to your scotch if I may.
Please, help yourself.
Thank you.
I'll join you in a whiskey if you'd be so kind.
With pleasure. Weren't you drinking vodka?
I'll be happy to join you in a whiskey.
You'll take it as it is, as it comes?
Oh yes, as it is. Yes.
For good health.
Yours. about Jack Straw's castle?
I knew it as a boy.
Do you find it as beguiling a public house now as it was in the days of the highwaymen, when it was frequented by highwaymen, notably Jack Straw, the great Jack Straw? Do you find much changed?
It changed my life.
Good Lord, did it really?
I refer to a midsummer night when I shared a drink with a Hungarian emigre lately retired from Paris.
The same drink?
By no means. You've guessed, I would imagine, that he was an erstwhile member of the Hungarian aristocracy.
I did, yes, yes.
On that summer evening, led by him, I first appreciated how quiet life can be in the midst of yahoos and hullaboos. He exerted on me a quite uniquely calming influence, without exertion, without any desire to influence. He was so much older than me. My expectations in those days, and I confess I had expectations in those days, did not include him in their frame of reference. I'd be handed over to Hampstead Heath, captive to memories of more than usually pronounced grisliness, and found myself, not much to my surprise, ordering a pint at the bar of Jack Straw's castle. This achieved, and having negotiated a path through a particularly repellent, lick-spittling herd of literati, stumbled unseen with my pint to his bald, tanned, unmoving table. How bald he was. I think after quite half my pint had descended, never to be saved again, that I spoke, suddenly spoke, and received a response. No other word will do. A response.
What was he drinking?
What?
What was he drinking?
Oh, no. I was impressed, more or less at that point, by an intuition that he possessed a measure of serenity, the like of which I had never encountered.
What did he say?
You expect me to remember what he said?
No.
What he said, all those years ago, is neither here nor there. It was not what he said, it was possibly the way he said, which has remained with me all my life, and I am quite sure made me what I am. And I met you at the same pub tonight. Although at a different table. And I wonder at you now as I once wondered at him. But will I wonder at you tomorrow, I wonder? Will I still wonder at him today?
I cannot say.
Cannot be said. I'll ask you another question. Have you any idea from what I derive my strength?
Strength? No.
I have never been loved. From this I derive my strength. Have you ever been loved?
Oh no, I don't suppose so.
I looked up once into my mother's face. What I saw there was nothing less than pure malevolence. I was fortunate to escape with my life. You will want to know what I had done to provoke such hatred in my own mother?
You pissed yourself.
Quite right. How old do you think I was at the time?
28?
Quite right. However, I left home soon after. My mother remains, I have to say, a terribly attractive woman in many ways. Her bounds are the best. Her current bounds the best.
Would you be so kind as to pour me another drop of whiskey to me?
Perhaps it's about time I introduce myself. My name is Spooner. I'm a staunch friend of the arts, particularly the art of poetry and the guide to the young. I keep open house. Young poets come to me, they read me their verses, I comment, give them coffee, make no charge. Women are admitted, some of whom are also poets. Some are not. Some of the men are not. Most of the men are not. But with the windows open to the garden, my wife pouring long glasses of squash with ice on a summer evening, young voices occasionally lifted in unaccompanied ballad, young bodies lying in the dying light, my wife moving through the shadows in her long gown. What can ail? I mean, who can gainsay us? What quarrel can be found with what is, au fond, a gesture towards the sustenance and preservation of art, and through art to virtue?
Through art to virtue. To your continued health.
When we had our cottage, we gave our visitors tea on the lawn.
I did the same.
On the lawn?
I did the same.
You had a cottage.
Tea on the lawn.
What happened to them? What happened to our cottages? What happened to our lawns? Be frank, tell me. You've revealed something. You've made an unequivocal reference to your past. Don't go back on it. We share something. A memory of the bucolic life. We're both English.
In the village church, the beams are hung with garlands in honor of those young women of the parish reputed to have died virgin. But the garlands are not bestowed on maidens only, but on all who die unmarried, wearing the white flower of a blameless life.
You mean that not only young women of the parish, but also young men of the parish are so honoured?
I do.
And that old men of the parish who also died maiden are so garlanded?
Certainly.
I am enraptured. Tell me more. Tell me more about the quaint little perversions of your life. Tell me more of all your authority and brilliance you can muster about the socio-political, economic structure of the environment to which you attained to the age of reason. Tell me more.
There is no more.
Tell me then about your wife.
What wife?
How beautiful she was, how tender and how true. Tell me, with what speed she swung in the air. With what velocity she came off the wicket. Whether you could bowl a shooter with her, or an off break with a leg break action. In other words, did she oogle? You will not say. I will tell you then that my wife had everything. Eyes. A mouth. Hair. Buttocks, breasts, absolutely. And legs.
Which carried her away.
Carried you away, yours are all mine. Is she here now? Your wife? Cowering in a locked room, perhaps? Was she ever here? Was she ever there? In your cottage? It is my duty to tell you that you have failed to convince. I am an honest and intelligent man. You pay me less than my due. I'm quickly being fair to the lady. I begin to wonder whether truly accurate and therefore essentially poetic definition means anything to you at all. I begin to wonder whether you truly do remember her, truly did love her, truly caressed her, truly did cradle her, truly did husband her, falsely dreamed or truly adore her. I have seriously questioned these propositions and find them threadbare. Her eyes, I take it, were hazel. Hazel shit. Good Lord, good Lord. Do I detect a touch of the maudlin? Do I detect, with respect, a touch of too many glasses of ale, followed by the great malt which wounds? Hazel shit. Do I detect a touch of the hostile? I would say, albeit on a brief acquaintance, that you lack the essential quality of manliness, which is to put your money where your mouth is. To pick up a pint pot and know it to be a pint pot. And knowing it to be a pint pot. To declare it as a pint pot. And to stay faithful to that pint pot. As though you had given birth to it having your own ass. You lack that capability in my view. Do forgive me my candor. It is not method but madness. You would, I hope, legit. If I take out my prayer beads and my prayer mat and salute what I take to be your impotence. I salute, entertain, and in saluting and attending, actual service, all embracing. Heed me. I am a relevant witness and could be a friend. You need a friend. You have a long hike, my lad, of which presently you slog unfriend. Let me perhaps be your boatman. For if and when we talk of a river, we talk of a deep and dank architecture. In other words, never disdain a helping hand, especially one of such rare quality. And it is not only the quality of my offer which is rare, but the act itself, the offer itself, quite without precedent, I offer myself to you as a friend. Think before you speak. Remember this. You've lost your wife of hazel hue. You've lost her, what can you do? She will no more come back to you. With a till-of-a-la, 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 till-of-a-la. No!
No man's land does not move, or change, or grow old. It remains forever.